and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again with another episode of the SITREP. And I am crossing the northern border tonight to interview this gentleman right here, Brian from TFanPage101. Darth Brian, how are you doing tonight?
Hi! I had a little skit going, but then the video played, so I had to pause it.
Yeah, well, and I apologize. I have technical difficulties. I think I've mentioned over and over again that my phone is my webcam. So, yeah, I know. So I'm talking to Brian, and I reach over to adjust my settings, and it hits something and just shuts down everything.
Womp womp.
Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, my buddy Brett Falls is in the chat tonight. Hello, Brett. Brett and I worked together years and years ago. Welcome to the live stream. There's no telling what will happen in one of these. These trains derail often. And I do have bad news for everybody. I did get copyright struck for some of my Dancing Bert thank yous. So we lost Sexy and I Know It Bert. We lost Dancing Queen Bert and Touch Myself Bert. So sorry, but I got new stuff.
Oh, no, not the last one that you said.
Oh, I know. All right. Well, for those of you who do not know how the SITREP works is I have 10 questions for my guest. 5 questions regarding him as a Transformer collector, and 5 questions regarding him as a YouTuber. I have not been drinking tonight, I swear, just tea. So first off,
this
Brian.
is Pepsi, I'm sure of it.
Hey, Pepsi products rock, man. Well, Brian, first things first, why don't you tell my people a little bit about you?
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm definitely not going to put out my American flag and stuff and make it weird. Instead, I've got a Canadian flag.
Well, that's what. Where's my flag's flying back here in the background?
I see it right there. Yeah, a little custom guide that I did, painted them up and get into the colors. I did that today. Add some neon, some snow on the boots.
That's awesome.
So, hey, I'm Brian. I make content on YouTube. That's unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know. I just talk about Transformers because I like Transformers. If you could figure that out. So
yeah, it's one of them things. Plastic crack. And Brian, just a question I have for you. Just on my own, I thought of it earlier. How long have you been doing YouTube? You've been at this for a while, haven't you?
It's gonna be 10.5 years now.
Wow. All right. Memo said his cat farted. So this stream's starting off normal.
How could you say something so controversial yet so true at the same time?
There we are. Canadius Prime.
Canadian reviewer.
There's Larkin greeting us all the way from Hawaii. People from all over the place. Plastic robots just bond the world together. We need more people with plastic robots.
You say plastic robots, yet one of these is a plastic robot. The other two are cardboard and paper.
Okay, robots.
Robots, yeah. I mean, can they technically be? Well, I guess Nintendo did the cardboard robot thing, so I guess.
Yeah, it'll work. Smells like peas. Oh, my God. All right. Well, question number 1, let's get right to it, is what is the appeal of Transformers for you?
There are action figures that could turn into a car and I go, boom. Well, what appeals to me is if I have to narrow it down. Yeah, if I have to narrow it down, well, with most action figures in Marvel and stuff like that, I could never really get into them. It's not that I hate the Marvel stuff or anything. I mean, I just saw the recent What If. I'm trying to watch Shang-Chi, so I don't know when I'm going to see that. But I think with the figures themselves, it just... Now, I'm not really an expert, especially with Star Wars and Marvel and whatever, but it just kind of feels like if you buy one Iron Man figure, you have so many other Iron Man figures already. With Transformers, they try to engineer different things for different figures. So, like, you know, the Earthrise Optimus Prime is like the prime pun not intended, Optimus Prime now. But think about how many different versions we've had of him. We got the Robots in Disguise, which is 20 years now. By the way, quick shout out to that. We have
that's why this is white right here.
We have the Cybertron design, Armada. We have one that's a monkey now. So, and even with those toys, you get different versions of those toys. So, and just the fact that they can convert into cars and trucks, it just means that no matter which one you're getting a gimmick out of it. You're getting something out of it. It's not just the action figure. It's not just Optimus Prime. It could be a truck. It could transform in a different way. It could be a fire truck. It could be a monkey.
That's kind of why I got out of Star Wars. I mean, I was huge into collecting Star Wars, but like you said, how many Darth Vaders can one get? You get a Darth Vader with a closed fist, a pointy finger. It's just, and of course, this.
They made it with a pointy finger now?
Yeah, I mean, he was exclusive.
Oh, and I missed it.
But yeah, because half of this wall, it used to be half Transformers, half Star Wars. Now Star Wars is in one little corner over there, and everything else is boxed up and in the closet.
I got a few on the floor. That's it. That's it for Star Wars. Except for Lego Star Wars, I've gotten a bin and then one set out.
Now, I found a vintage toy store about an hour from here yesterday. We was out just riding around the Jeep. And if I was still collecting Star Wars, this was a Star Wars haven. They had like figures from the original Return of the Jedi figures, the cases, Lego, just great stuff.
$1.99 from Elite's Reviews.
Now, Elites, real quick, do you want a Burt or you want one of my new ones? He asked for a Burt. We'll give him a Burt right off the bat. Here, we'll give him the original. Oh, yes. You haven't experienced these yet, have you?
Ah!
That's about the Rodimus Primal reaction. All right, well, that was a good. I mean, that's a perfect answer for why we were into Transformers. Question number 2: aside from G1, which is always the number one answer, what's your favorite Transformers fiction?
Prime, right there. I got a whole shelf just for Prime. The whole middle section right there. Got a little bit of Robots in Disguise, which was kind of tied in. And then we've got Cyberverse in the back there just because I got little pieces of it that needed to go somewhere. But yeah, Prime all the way. I think the main reason why I like Transformers Prime is I know a lot of people don't like the stories now. More people are coming out for that, or coming out saying that. But, sorry. But I think the reason why I like it so much is with the designs, you can go so many different ways and it could still fit into its own universe. Like you could go for a more G1 style or movie style or create something new with the characters in mind. But there's a whole world to that element as well. Like, it separates itself from G1 with its aesthetics, but with the aesthetics in mind, the overall shape or the inspiration can go in many different ways. And I like the dark tone. I like the characters. I like the voice acting. I love Knockout, one of my favorite characters now. So,
yeah, that was a great series. It was one, I've mentioned it before, it was one that started out really kiddified. I thought, other than when you see zombified cliff jumper getting ripped in half. But
that still scared me when I saw that at first.
The first episodes were kind of kid-friendly, and then it didn't take long for it to realize who was actually watching it. And like you said, it got dark quick, and I loved that. But I did feel that the finale, it was rushed a little bit. When I think they did I can't remember if it was a made-for-DVD movie that kind of wrapped it all up.
It was Predacon Rising.
Right. So I got the whole series on Blu-ray, and, man, I loved it. I watched it from start to finish.
If you got Tubi, you can watch it.
Yeah,
I believe it's on Tubi.
All right. Question number 3. Do you have a favorite figure or grail in your collection? This is one you would never get rid of. Say you have to sell your whole collection. God forbid, you have that one figure you're never going to get rid of.
See, here's the thing. I don't know because I got so many different figures. I would love to keep around for different reasons. People have been asking me all week, actually, this question. It's popped up multiple times. I don't know why all of a sudden, but I don't think I can really pinpoint a figure. I could just like picture a few that I'd be like, yeah, I really hope to keep that.
Okay, top 5.
Top 5. Probably my Nightmare Unicron, just because I have some pretty good stories with that. Like to keep that around. Let's see. There might be a Masterpiece Shockwave. I have to keep him, obviously. One of my mascot characters. Probably one of the cardboard figures. And I don't know. Let's just say top 3 right now. I can't.
Okay, there we go. It's like saying, "What's your favorite child?"
Yeah, exactly.
All right, number 4.
It's Steven, but don't tell him.
What figure is your white whale? What is your most wanted figure? One that you don't have it in your collection yet.
Every time I say this one, people are surprised because I'm Canadian and everyone got told, "Oh yeah, Canada had them all over the place." No, they didn't. The first edition Optimus Prime.
First edition G1? Are you talking about
the Prime first edition Optimus Prime when they were starting to come out with Transformers Prime? Yeah,
that
I got the bald head, but yeah,
at least I never saw that one here. I've got the regular release Prime. I've got the regular release Prime, Sharkticon Megatron, and Dark Megatron. He's like a dark purple Megatron.
Yeah. But yeah, I never found that thing except at our Toy Fair. But I was kind of stupid to not buy it because it was $75, and I was thinking, oh, do I really want to pay that price? And then just when I'm like, yeah, I got more expensive taste, I'm gonna go after it. They sold it.
That's always the case. There's so many I've looked at and I thought I'm gonna get that, and then it's like, I'm not gonna get it. And then later on, you realize what they go for now is just and it doesn't take long for a figure to shoot up now.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at like Siege figures. There's some of those that go for $200+ right now.
Oh, has that thing been out for a month? $300.
Yeah. Oh, you missed it at Target. Too bad.
You missed that Target on the first day. Now you're probably never going to find it.
Yeah.
At least it's funny at the Toy Fair because there's been certain instances like the Battle Ops Bumblebee, or was it Battle Ops? No, Battle Blade Bumblebee from Hunt for the Decepticons. I finally decided, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up because usually at the Toy Fair you can find at least 10 of them right at the floor. And then the day I decided to get it, nobody sold it. Did someone just go and grab all of them?
That's like for TFCon coming up. I have nothing on a want list. I'm just going to go to something sparks my interest. I'll probably pick it up. Though when I did my G1 Ultra Magnus review, I found out I have commemorative edition the fists for the inner robot. I need to find the original G1 fists because I pieced him together over the years, and those fists right there came off of the later release, Toys R Us release.
I need my G1 Optimus fists. I don't have any, and yet I got because I bought the Optimus for $10.
I found an Optimus Prime cab and trailer at a flea market, and they sold it to me for $5. And I was amazed that the fists were still in it. They put the fists in the cab. You know, when you fold down the front, the gun was gone. All the inside pieces to the trailer was gone.
Oh, I wouldn't complain at that point.
No, I was so happy to find those fists. And Bert the Stormtrooper hooked me up with a gun.
I'm pretty sure Fire Talks has like a 3D printed version.
Oh, he's got quite a few. I've got a Fire Talks armory. All right. What is your favorite Transformer character? Any fiction, any media?
I have two that come to mind, and it's Shockwave and Knockout. Shockwave because I can mostly do the voice, and it's the only one I could really do. And Knockout, I mean, enough said, Knockout.
Knockout was awesome.
Yeah.
Such a great character. That's what I liked about that show, too. Kind of like Beast Wars. They only picked a few figures to actually focus on, and that way they were able to develop the characters.
Exactly.
And that was sweet.
Figures of the rest of the characters, Insecticons, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we're going to get into some YouTube questions.
Oh no!
Yes. What inspired you, or what possessed you, a grown man, to do toy reviews on YouTube?
Actually, before I answer that, I just want to mention with Fire Talks.
Where was he?
I'm reviewing this guy next month, and I've got everything filmed and ready. And I saw that you were making the little tank thing that would attach to him, like
that's Larkin Lair.
Larkin? Oh, yeah. So now I need to re-edit that.
I think he's in here somewhere. He was.
Man, I cannot believe Larkin Lair did this.
Hello, Natamat08.
I don't like that. Anyways, sorry, what was the question again?
Where were we? Oh, Fire Talks. He's sorry.
About YouTube.
YouTube, yes. What possessed you, a grown man, to do toy reviews on YouTube?
Well, mostly I was a kid when I started YouTube, so I guess I just continued off from that.
Yeah, he wasn't old like me.
I just thought, why not? I'm enjoying this. Why not continue it? There's, reviews I wanted to do, toys I wanted to talk about, and shows I wanted to develop. One show I want to develop in this month soon. So that's actually the main reason why I'm working on this in October, or for October, is because I've reviewed stuff for this month. And so I'm just going ahead of the game so I can work on that. But anyways, and I think that's what's good about Transformers is I'm also into Bionicle, which is over there, and some other things, but they don't really keep as up to date as Transformers. So there's always generally something to talk about. If not every day, every week, or every month, there's something to discuss. So there's something to keep on your toes and do content about, because I do news videos whenever I feel like talking about it. I won't talk about every news source or whatever, but if it's something I find kind of neat, $1.99 from Elite's Reviews. If it's something that I find kind of neat, I will talk about it.
You might like it. Who knows? I'm going to do something. I'm going to give let's do this. Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen on this channel.
Next question.
All right. Yes, where were we? I know you do Bionicles, and I know you do Transformers, along with the new. You cover a lot of different things too, don't you? I mean, you do like other random figures.
Well, it might not be a ton. Like, I'm not into He-Man or G.I. Joe, but hell, I just got some of these recently. If I can find one, there we go. I'm into Hot Wheels. Got a whole lot of those. Got like 1,700 Hot Wheels. I've got so many Halo sets. I've got a lot of sets, probably about 250 sets. But the minifigures themselves, I'm probably closing into 1,000. I'm not sure. I have to check again. But yeah, and then Transformers, I got 1,000. So, I'll do on my Total Doom channel. I've got Halo reviews, and I'm trying to work on Bionicle stuff, but I don't know. It's just.
Do they even make Bionicles anymore?
No, that's why I just kind of stopped. Is because I'm still buying Bionicle. If anyone shows me a Bionicle, I'm going to be happy about it no matter what. But they don't really do anything relevant anymore, except for the guy who created it constantly teases people, and it's just annoying at this point. But for Halo, they're constantly making new sets, and I like doing those reviews, and I know a lot of people in that community that still goes on. So yeah, I keep doing content with that. Very
That's
similar
sweet.
to Transformers.
Yeah, Dylan's kind of off and on into Legos, and you go down the Lego aisle, and of course all you see is Marvel, and of course now it's Jurassic Park and Star Wars, and you just don't see the figures or original sets anymore. Like, I think Ninjago was the last original Lego created set I saw.
Yeah. They'll come out once in a while with a new theme, but it just doesn't seem that often anymore. Oh, they got that whatever thing. I don't care for that. Ugh.
Oh, there's one Lisa has now, because my wife collects Lego. The Hidden Side. It's like a
Hidden Side apparently is good.
yeah, supernatural. Because she liked years ago. It was this haunted castle. I forget what it was called, but she had a big haunted house and haunted all kinds of creepy stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah. I got in the bin here a bunch of my old Lego sets.
Thanks.
I got in here a bunch of old Lego sets that I'm trying to rebuild. Like I've got Lego Star Wars Cloud City pod thing right here. But I have also got, there's a bunch of Bionicle instructions.
These catalogs for 2002 and 2003 Lego sets. So they show all the upcoming stuff for like summer waves and stuff.
2002. Wow, I didn't realize they were that old.
Yeah. Let's see if I could find the one that I'm looking for. Where is it? Come on. Yep, there it is. There's the old Bionicle sets I remember still on the shelf. Then with the, let's see, 2002. Oh, shit. It's the page I flipped to. There you go. Those are the first Bionicle sets.
Nice. Yes, that was it. Monster Hunter, because they had like the hunters with the monster theme. That was exactly it.
Yeah.
There was that huge museum set that came out that was like all these references to, I think it was Orient Express, and it was just like that. There's a moth flying around. Get out of here.
All right. Well, number 7.
New
oh,
member.
iBeamer. Thank you. iBeamer is a new member to the channel.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much. I really don't have a special channel. Let's see. I'll give you this one.
Ravage, eject.
Oh,
Okay,
Brian
that
hit
one
for
I
that
like.
one. And that wasn't bad.
Thanks,
Thanks,
of course, the
iBeamer.
one I dodged, you put that one.
Yeah. iBeamer, thank you. I think iBeamer has been with me since I started. He was one of my fledgling subscribers back when I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
A moth nearly flew right into my mouth.
Oh, that'd be awesome. If I would get a video of you eating a moth, you would be a
That would be the
super
next
chat.
sponsor.
Yeah, that would be a super chat reward. That hasn't happened on one of my
I feel like I
streams
could
yet.
taste it in my mouth, but I know it's not there.
And I bet a moth would taste chalky.
Yep. Just a casual, yep.
All right, question number 7, sir. What keeps inspiring you to get in front of the camera?
Well, like I mentioned, talking about Transformers, it's more relevant and stuff. But not only that, I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's just, having something to talk to with people because, how many people do I know right here who are into Transformers who are willing to talk about, hey, G2 Ramjet looks pretty cool. Let's talk about that for like 14 hours straight. And I'm just like, man, I'm tired. But, I got, because of the new stuff that I talk about, and,
Now, for me, it's like part of the hobby now. I mean, not you buy a new figure, okay, we'll mess around with it, then we'll show it off to everybody else. So it enhances the hobby. At least that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, because there was a long time where you wouldn't even think there's a community. That thought didn't even come to mind. And it's not that you didn't think other people weren't into Transformers, but an actual place for people to talk to. You didn't really picture it in your mind. Another thing that keeps me going is that when I make a series that people enjoy, that kind of boosts morale for it. Like recently, I've been doing the quick reviews on my YouTube story, and a lot of people, not to toot my own horn, seem to be coming forward and saying, "Hey, I love those videos. They're quick and straight to the point, or they have a joke that I like, and that's pretty much it, and that's all I need." I'm just like, yeah, I'll keep doing them then if people like that.
And that's a great feeling when somebody actually gets on there and gives you one of those good comments like, hey, man, I really enjoyed that. I like how you approach this figure. I had this figure as a kid, so on and so forth. That really gets to you. It makes you really enjoy what you do. I mean, I know we all get the dumbass comments, as I like to call them, and those are few and far in between. But man, when you get those ones that just really more or less congratulate you. Thank you for such an awesome video. You really got me here. I love that. It really makes me want to continue what I do.
By the way, I just figured out that we're wearing our logos for our shirts.
Oh yeah, and I got mine on my back too.
Oh, fancy, huh?
That's pretty sweet. I love your logo. That's awesome.
God, it took me so long to do this, and then to get the eye to spin for the intro. It was a disaster to get it all lined up.
Yeah, I just ordered new shirts for TFCon, so hopefully they'll get here in time.
Get out of my house, Mom. I'm sorry.
Hey, man,
apparently.
Now I need some kind of graphic to come up with Moth Battle. And I'm from West Virginia. This is where the Mothman's from. So it's kind of fitting.
We got Bigfoot out here.
We got Mothman and Pillbillies.
That's the scariest.
All right. Well, there are thousands of toy reviewers on YouTube, maybe even more now. What makes you any different from the rest? What makes your channel stand out?
This is going to sound bad, but the fact that I try to put in the effort for it. And what I mean by that is this moth is now climbing up my G2 Ramjet, and now it's going to distract me. It's literally on the body now. But I take a couple of days to write a review before I start filming. And I'll spend a whole day filming it, and then I'll spend a couple of days editing and working on it. It's not just pointing the camera and shooting and whatnot. That one attacked me. But yeah, I'll spend the time doing that, and I got a flow going on now. But even then, it's still a lot to do. Like people might not realize that when I do did someone say articulation type skit thing for the reviews. The whole point of that was I try to figure out what other people aren't doing, and try to work off that. And that's kind of what inspired Transformers Misfortune. It was like a red versus blue type thing for Transformers. I didn't really see that going around a lot, so I thought, hey, that might be fun to kind of poke around. But with the articulation portion of the review, so many people, and I don't mean this is a bad way, people do different things, and that's fine. But some people will spend 20 minutes talking about articulation for a figure, and it's sometimes a basic figure. And obviously, I'm that's not a real number, but they'll spend a lot of time, basically. And so I just thought, what if I just quickly am just like, ball joint ahead, shoulders forward and back, out and in, rotation, low elbow bends, hips forward and back, out and in, knee joint, foot tilt, and just quickly brush through everything. But even when I do that, that is the most amount of time I spend editing, and it's the quickest skit out of the entire review. And it's because there's so much being done behind the scenes for that part. And so I try to put in the effort. I try to, see what other people are doing and how can I, change things up or I guess do better, but in my own way, I guess. And I'm not saying I've always liked how snappy your articulation section is. Thank you. But I don't mind people who just have a camera pointed at a figure and they're just talking, there's no issue with that. But sometimes I feel like, you just want to get to the point, or sometimes you want to, jokes in a review or, just something. And so I try to look into that and, try to rework that, I guess. So
I got to give you props for writing out your reviews. I just shoot from the hip, except for my G1 stuff, because I do that history recap at the beginning of each one G1 review. So I always research what episode or what issue the comic was in and fly into it.
I tried to do that with my reviews are in portions. You got the intro, you got the editorial, you got the alt mode, transformation, robot mode, and outro. And I always edit the individual parts. But with my editorial, it's very similar. It's the portion where I talk about the history of the character or the toy or whatever. And also, I want to point out that my biggest review, my most ambitious review as of recent, has to be the Devastator review. Not only because the whole intro skit, which I absolutely loved. I know some people didn't like it, but I loved editing that. I loved working on it, and I'm glad to have done it with my friends, and I hope to do it again someday. But the actual review part was really hard to do. Devastator, my Devastator, the copy, especially Scavenger, has stress marks on the shoulders that I constantly worry is going to snap off and break. Now, I got an extra Scavenger, but I don't want the original one to break off because I don't want to have to replace it with something that would potentially break. So it was really tricky for me to make sure that everything was right. And then you're transforming 8 figures. I had to do the transformation in a different way. It was just a lot of work, but I feel like it's worth doing because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy, people watching it, and I want to entertain people. That's kind of the whole point of why I do it, honestly.
Exactly. We were talking about this last weekend. It was like, do you see yourself anymore as just a reviewer, or do you like to think of yourself as an entertainer? And I've kind of embraced both. I mean, I like to entertain with my intro and my outro and be, try to be as exact and knowledgeable as I can with my figures. So, kind of give you the best of both worlds. And I understand your pain with editing. I actually love editing. The other day, I spent all day filming and editing my G1 Ultra Magnus review. I thought the thing was perfect. I got everything in there I needed. And then when I set up the premiere, I realized I didn't extend the forearms on the figure. Now, of course, everybody in the comments made sure to let me know about that.
I actually didn't know that you can extend the arms on the G1 Warpath at all. And someone came to me, oh, you can do that, which was always an annoyance because the arms would hit the turret on the chest and then it would pull down and collapse the whole thing. But I didn't know you could do that and it would fix the whole thing.
Let's see. Was there anything in the chat?
And by the way, thanks for the compliment on the cardboard figures. I don't know if anyone could see Nova.
I just saw it. Where was that? Cardboard figure. Yeah, Elites hit you up. Yeah. Now, that's a cardboard figure?
Yep, all cardboard. It's got all the joints and everything, able to transform.
Dude, that's sweet.
And, I got like a Rack and Ruin. I've got a Red Alert and stuff like that. I would love to do more. I'm trying to do a broadside that's massive. But it kind of got stuck on that. Also, just a quick note. Here's the paper.
Patriot Prime.
Yeah, I like those. You can actually print these off, by the way. I'm sorry for the little advert there, but
hey, man, you do what you gotta do. This is your time, so go for it.
It's all about me, not you, Moth. But yeah, I just want to kind of get them off the ground a little bit more because, I do put in a lot of work. They usually take me about a day or two to make a new one.
Have you ever done one of those Metal Earth models Transformer kits?
Oh, God, don't even remind me. Oh, God.
I did Optimus Prime, and that took me probably 4 days. I mean, not nonstop. I would just get frustrated and have to leave.
I have a live stream.
Got Prime done. I got half a Megatron, and I haven't touched him since. There's something else.
I have a live stream where I did Optimus, and then I also had like another ship thing. Never again.
Now, the first one I ever did was a Star Destroyer, and that wasn't too bad. And then I got an AT-ATs, and I was like, holy crap, this AT-AT's horrible. And then I got Optimus Prime, and man, not to mention how many cuts you get on that thin metal. Like Freddy Krueger shook my hand.
I did a Beetle beforehand, before any of those, and I got it from a thrift store, but it took like 5 minutes to do. So.
All right, question number 9. What's your thoughts on the Transformer social community? YouTube, can we kind of hit on it? YouTube, Facebook, all that other stuff. Of course, I think you could do more social sites than I do. I just do Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That's about it for me.
Yeah, I got Facebook, which is where I started off on, because with the Transformers fan pages, then that led to YouTube. Then I got Twitter, Instagram, I had to make a Reddit page just to clarify something I saw on Reddit, and that was it. But I don't even know if they're called pages at this point.
Well, you got Elites back here. Don't hide. You don't know what it'll be.
Yeah, that's the skip part.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts.
Like I said, that's the scary part.
Oh, Fire Talks hit me too. Here you go, Fire Talks. Oh, he's hiding again. That's awesome.
But yeah, I got all the social medias now. I was hesitant on getting into Twitter, and now I'm on Twitter pretty much every day, and I don't know if I like it.
I hate Twitter. I booted Twitter, and I'll never go back to Twitter.
But it's interesting because I feel like this is going to sound kind of bad, but I feel like beforehand it was more about coming together and people talking about Transformers and whatnot because we could all do it. But now because everyone wants to get popular on YouTube and all of them, it kind of feels like more people are, and it's not everyone, of course, but more people are like, I want attention on me, on this thing and that thing and whatnot, more than anything. And that's just the general thing. It's not like specific to the Transformers community. But, it does have its ups and downs. I actually talked about it recently where, in my own group chat, that, everyone keeps saying that there's toxic communities. I think there's no community that's just solely toxic or solely good. I think you're going to get a mixture of everything. Even if you just look at the worst of it, there's going to be people in that same community that's going to be like, yeah, I'm not a part of that toxic side of that. And I've definitely seen both sides with this, but with Transformers, it has definitely gotten better as far as the toxic side, if you were to ask me, because beforehand, if you weren't into either the Masterpiece or G1, people would say, yeah, get out, go.
Oh, I know.
I want nothing to do with you, and you're a terrible person, and I need to bully you. That is the only reason why I'm allowed to bully you now. But nowadays, especially with Generations, so many people are into it because they're making more obscure characters. They're making more characters from not just G1, but Beast Wars. You got that Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime now, and other things. And with some of the quality of current figures in the Generations line, Masterpiece is nowadays an afterthought at this point. And it's not like, people are completely devoid of Masterpiece, but especially with third party, although people kind of wrap that around as kind of one thing. But now Generations is top tier. And the people who complain that, yeah, if it's not Masterpiece or G1, I don't like it, are now really getting into Generations. Mm-hmm. And even looking into some of the other continuities now,
Yeah. I always liked Masterpiece. I thought they were awesome. I just can't afford them.
Exactly.
To be honest. And I've got MP01 Optimus Prime, and I've got MP36 Megatron, and I've got the fourth party version KO of the Beast Wars Megatron. And don't hate me, it's for my collection. I'm not selling it. But I can get 4 or 5 Generations figures for the price of one MP, but that's just me, and they just work better for my collection.
Would you like a $30, $20 hound or a $120, $150 hound of the same character?
Exactly. But then again, like I said, with the quality control too, it's been so iffy, especially with Kingdom. I didn't have any problems with any Siege figures, and then also in Kingdom, I'm getting loose figures. And good Lord, how many ones have I opened straight out of the package that was broke or missing pieces?
Yeah.
Or like Galvatron, you had to do the shoulder fix.
Look at all the postings for Kingdom Rodimus now.
Yeah. And for an $80 figure, you couldn't even tab his trailer together. I had to super glue the edges of the tabs to get to stick.
Well, not only that, there's people who are reporting that they're missing a Rodimus now.
Really?
Yeah,
Like-
there was I don't know how true it is, but I saw that someone was posting that their Rodimus was missing entirely.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
can't remember who, though.
My 3-wheeled Trax. I finally got a new Trax.
I got my Trax. You know what's surprising? No problems on mine.
Really? Now I need to try Larkin's fix to push the pin all the way through so mine will tab together a little better.
I
Let's
was
see,
thinking
I had-
of that because it is a little loose, but it still stays. I don't know how I got lucky with that.
Hey, you never know. I mean, I got the first one I got Warpath. He was broke. Then I got Super Megatron, and they gave me 2 left treads. Then Trax had 3 wheels.
Oh, I had to return my Dino because the bottom part of the door had 2 left sides. I couldn't even transform the thing.
Which other one did? Well, it wasn't a QC issue, but I couldn't stand Rhinox. I just hated his transformation. And that's one thing I noticed with the Kingdom figures. What the hell's up with all the wild leg transformations? I mean, almost every Kingdom figure, the whole lower half, the leg transformation is just out there.
I know, like Huffer, Wait, no, those are bad examples.
Warpath had a bad one.
Warpath I got into after a while, but yeah, he's just unnecessary.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've just popped the legs off trying to transform that damn thing. Yep, Galvatron's shoulders.
I don't even have a Galvatron, so I don't know.
All right, well, let's hit our last question. It'll just be, I usually like to keep these about an hour. That way we have 15 minutes to interact with the audience. Do you have any channel goals for yourself, and where can our viewers find you? I mean, what are you listed as under Instagram, Twitter, and everything?
Well, I'm mostly listed as TFanPage101. If not, it's usually Ultimate Doom. So TOA of Ultimate Doom, but it's all one word. So that's my other major channel. But mostly, if you go around, it's TFanPage101. My current goals is to get some sort of sponsorship from some company. I've been contacted, but it's like, how do you know if they're legitimate or not, you know? But my current goal right now is I really want to reach 100,000 subscribers, and I know that's going to be impossible. I just really want that plaque. That's the main thing. But even with that said, like, my current goal right now, at the very least, is 25,000 subscribers.
What are you at now? 21?
I'm
Where are you
at
at now?
21,000, probably 21,300. Because I had a huge jump recently. Like,
Nice.
2 months ago, I reached 20,000, and then a month later, I was at 21,000. I don't know how that happened. But, yeah, I would love to at least reach, a third of that, or 30,000 would be spectacular. So I want to change up my content, try to make different content as well. I've said this before, but I've worked on all the reviews that I need to do for September of this year. Obviously, not next year. That's a whole nother story. But and then G2 Ramjet is October. The reason why is because I'm going to start doing them bi-weekly, so that in the middle of them I could work on other content. I'm trying to get off the ground All Hail Starscream, which is a 5-part miniseries, and with a special guest cameo that I'm not going to say. And then we've also got Transformers Misfortune Season 2 that I really want to, wrap up, because my friend Scott worked on that with me. He's credited for Season 1. He helped me throughout the entire script of Season 1. He unfortunately passed away in January. He had problems with COVID, and kidneys failed and all that.
Sorry to hear that.
Really kind of sucked. So I definitely want to get Season 2 off the ground so that I can just, finish that, because kind of should by now. Honestly, it's been years since the first season came out, so I should really finish that. The reason why I'm working on All Hail Starscream first is so that I can get into the groove to do Misfortune Season 2. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that pretty much. Oh, I'm sorry. That pretty much wraps up the SITREP. So now I'm going to leave the chat open for questions. So we see a question here. I'll highlight it and entertain you guys, at least for another 15 minutes. Here's one for you. What was the worst and best figure you ever reviewed?
Best figure I've reviewed. God, I don't even know, honestly. There's so many. I'm up to, I think it's 400 reviews now. It's really hard to pinpoint what's the best. The worst, I've got a couple of ideas of the worst. Earthrise RC Studio Series Barricade, but they're probably not the worst in general. I will say, though, one of the upcoming reviews is probably the absolute worst. The Red Series Prime RC.
I have yet to see a Red Series figure in my store. Of course, Fire Talk's told me crap.
You're lucky. You're lucky. They are bad. Like I said in the review, how does a company that's been developing toys for 37 years feel like a toy that's been made from a third-party company that doesn't know what they're doing?
Yeah, I was going to get at least the Megatron because I'm a big Megatron fan. Fire Talks is like, nope, don't. Hey, a moth is back. I see it now.
Yeah.
The Demon Moth.
That's a Dark Souls boss.
Hey, input.
I'm looking at my shelf trying to think what's the best thing I've reviewed. I mean, I've got my War for Cybertron collection in the other room, so I couldn't really pinpoint from that. But I don't know. I haven't reviewed MP10 yet, and I would love to review that at some point. Yeah. That's a really hard question to figure out. I got a lot of good figures, though. So
now, Larkin, I know some people that bought red Cheetor just for the Cheater Peter.
Or you can contact Fire Talks.
Yeah, Fire Talks, Larkin, all these guys. They got hooked up. Let's see. Anybody else got anything?
I will be right back. I'll just be a minute. I need to.
Okay. I'll be here. Let's see what we got. Fire Talks hates Rhinox. I will never transform that bastard again. And Kingdom has been, it's either they're great or they suck. It's no happy median with them. And I can't, like the Studio Series 86, for example, you've got some figures that look like they stepped right out of the movie, and then you've got Blur and Cup. Blur's got that freaking horse face, and Cup looks like a prune juice ad. He might have had to pee. I don't know. I'm that boring. It is a Wednesday. Usually I'm drinking alcohol. Beastman, we are doing fine. Well, I guess Brian's doing fine. He's doing so fine he had to go in the room and be fine somewhere else. I'm keeping on, surviving the apocalypse. I am currently working on the Toyhax decals for Earthrise Megatron, which is already improving his pretty bland tank mode. I always do vehicle mode decals first and then do the decals for the robot mode. Is that the Ramjet repaint? Because that's an awesome one. $44 days. Not that I'm counting.
Hello.
I'm sure they are. They've done all the Titans.
Sorry.
That's okay. I've been entertaining people. I think entertaining.
I had to do insulin. I'm a diabetic.
See, and now you know. And knowing's half the battle.
Depression.
That's
Halo guy, Captain Canada or something.
Captain Canada. I like that.
I've
Wasn't there a Captain Canada?
What? Yeah. There is like a Marvel.
I know there was a Captain Britain.
Yeah, because wasn't that technically Captain Carter or something? I don't know.
Was it X Factor? There was some Canadian Marvel. I know Wolverine was part of it. X Factor, X Force, X Extreme, XX, Triple X.
Marvel, you got Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, however you pronounce it.
Alpha Flight. That was hell. Where was I getting the X from? Thanks, Benjamin. I knew there was one.
You got Shang-Chi. You got David Harbour and Black Widow. I can't remember. Come on, Captain Canada. You got Captain Carter now.
That'll work. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Alpha. Everybody's hit me. Alpha Flight. You know, I was a huge comic guy in the 80s and 90s. And then once comics got to be about $6 a comic, I was like, screw that. I'll do something cheaper.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you get the third party in G1s. And then
favorite X-Men characters. Mine was always, of course, Wolverine and Cyclops.
I don't think I have a favorite X-Men character. I just never really got into X-Men.
Oh, what's this? When does the Secret 2-pack from Earthrise available? It's available now. I put a link. There's a link on my channel. I don't know when.
Reminding me that I still need to get the Shattered Glass Starscream. Although I am working with someone on getting that. Hopefully.
I don't understand why they won't. You and I talked about this earlier. Why they won't release or re-release the Coneheads? They sold out immediately. You'd think they'd release them again because people want them.
Thrust never came out here.
Really?
Yep. There was like a URL page for that on Toys R Us. It was meant to be an exclusive there. I even went to Toys R Us because we got the physical store. Nothing. Didn't have a runabout. Didn't have the Seekers. Didn't have the Decepticon Clones 2-pack. All they had were that 4-pack of Cyberverse Seekers, and then the 4-pack with the 1-step, and then the 3 tiny turbos.
My Ollie's has tons of those Cyberverse Seekers. BPTS has the Thundercracker and Skywarp up too. And I think they're coming out October. iBeamer.
I really wish we had Ollie's out here because, man, I could really go for that Selects Combat Megatron. There was the Studio Series Hot Rod, the old one. That was the World War II one. And then I think there were a couple of Earthrise figures.
There's like tons of those at mine. A KSI drone. He's like a blue car.
Yeah, I got that.
Tons of the Hot Rod Patrol, which suck.
It's funny how often my trips up.
Yeah, they don't stand for nothing. Usually Micromasters are the only figures I have in alt mode displayed.
Yeah, apparently they didn't sell well either. From what I hear. Oh, God.
He swallowed them all finally.
Probably. What questions do you have?
Hey, he's dying. We got 5 minutes left.
So here we go. Put in your questions. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot to mention, you actually interviewed one of my friends who have been on the podcast multiple times. In fact, is one of the co-hosts for it. Didn't you do a video with 01 Transfan a long time ago? Dakota.
Yes. Well, it's funny. I've gotten to know people through Facebook. I can't remember what their YouTube names are.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Yeah, I'm in his Minecraft Let's Plays all the time, too. I've been in a lot of his videos. He's been in mine. So yeah. How long, start to finish, does it take you to... Oh, God. Well, it's really hard to pinpoint because usually I'll just stop partway through, and then 6 months later, I'll be like, yeah, let's keep working on it. Then I'll stop again. So it could take years, could take a month. The fastest I've done is probably a week, and it's a tiny thing. It's like that tall of a thing. And it
So
took me a week.
that one right there, that pink one you held up, how long did that take to make? Because that thing's awesome. I thought a month.
A month.
Good God.
I have that
Wow.
slip stream that I know took a month because I posted images of like the process of building that.
What? Let's see. I guess we will wrap things up. It is almost 11 o'clock my time. It is 11 o'clock my time. I forgot we started late because my damn camera. So, well, Brian, it was an absolute pleasure to get you on here. I know we've been wanting to do it for a long time, and appreciate it. And everyone in the chat, thanks for you guys joining us tonight. And Brian, any final words?
Just I'll be here making reviews. I'm going to be working on All Hail Starscream this month, hopefully, if everything works out. And then also, here's a little preview on something that I want to do, but not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. I might do just a bonus video because someone got me this. It's a knockoff of one of the one-step changers.
Oh, neat. How many? We got 6 figures in there?
No, it's just the one. It's like a surprise box thing, or no, it's just a generic box because you see the check marks. Gotcha. It's just Optimus Prime. But yeah, it's just might be a random video where I compare this to the original because I got the original, and I thought, yeah, I haven't done a comparison video for that.
Well, that's pretty slick. Now, for those of you in the chat who are not subscribed to Brian, there is a link to his YouTube channel in the description of this video. Once again, Brian, thank you so much for joining me. You guys in the chat, thank you so much. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Patriot Prime signing out.
Smash that merch store.
Yeah. Hooah!